When to drain, flush, and refill. Ultimately, what we're going to be looking at, we said earlier that the hydraulic oil is considered to be kind of the lifeblood of the system. There's many factors that can cause that to need to be replaced. Temperature is a big thing. We overheat the fluid. What might you expect to see when you inspect that fluid? Varnish, so discoloration. What else might you be able to notice? A burnt smell to the fluid. Typically it has a different odor to it. So making sure that that is within the range where we would need to do that. Temperature is a big one that calls us to have to replace it. Contamination level from particulates typically can be cleaned up with a filter cart. But it may be, if you have a catastrophic pump failure, that contamination is beyond the point of actually cleaning the fluid up to reuse it. We may have to then drain and flush it. Air and water can also be an impact. Water is the big one. If you reach that emulsified state, it's no longer dissolved in the fluid. The only thing you can do at that point is to drain and flush your system. The other thing, over normal usage due to pressure cycles, due to high usage, high duty cycles, you can start to see viscosity breakdown. So all of these things are things that we can then look at through an oil analysis to determine what is the condition of the fluid and is it acceptable, or do we need to replace it. Most often that drain, flush, refill is based on so many hours of usage. That is what is commonly done on most machines. If you look at industrial systems, there may be a certain time frame. Maybe that's done every quarter, every 6 months, depends on the usage. Some plants that are operating 24/7, that's going to be more frequent than if you have a plant that's only operating 8 hours a day. So it just depends on the actual hours of usage. And then the best practice is to not just do it based off of hours, but to do it based off of an oil sample and cleanliness to see where we're at. Maintenance schedules can tell when that needs to be done. We can also look at this last point, I would say, is more geared towards mobile applications, but there may be instances where you need to do specialty tests. This one's saying conductivity of the fluid. So example, we were saying earlier, differences between industrial and mobile. Mobile has a lot of electric utility usage. Those markets need to look at for bucket trucks, that they need to make sure that the fluid is not conductive, because that could then create an electrical short. Specialty applications may require that. You guys may run into that in some of the instances within industrial setting as well. Water and overheating are the two biggest problems. Excessive water, the only thing you can do at that point, like I said, if we reach that emulsified state, is to drain it, flush it, and replace the fluid. We can't correct it. And then if it's overheated, like you said, varnish, right, you're going to see that start to build up. It's going to cause problems. And again, that's something that we can't correctively do a reactive type maintenance or procedure to do something to replace it, to be able to keep using that fluid.
In summary, hydraulic fluid life is affected by many factors, including temperature. Overheating can often be identified by a dark color and a burnt smell. For every 10 degrees C or 18 degrees F rise in temperature above 60 degrees C or 140 degrees F, accelerated oxidation will begin to occur, which may result in cutting the usable life of the fluid in half. Excessive contamination level, either particulates, air, or water. Remembering that if the water content reaches the emulsified state, the hydraulic fluid can no longer be saved or returned to the normal operating conditions. System drain and flush is required. Viscosity breakdown. Over time, viscosity can begin to break down, which is determined by oil analysis and testing. Recommended operating hours. Refer to the machine specification or operator's manual. Recommended oil change intervals can be impacted by load and duty cycle. Best practices are recommended based on oil analysis. Lab testing can provide results for viscosity, particulate contamination, presence of water, as well as acid or tan values. Maintenance schedule and major repair or component replacement may require hydraulic fluid to be drained and the system flushed. An example might be a catastrophic pump failure. In special applications, conductivity of the fluid, for example a bucket truck or electric utility vehicle, can be a critical consideration as well for fluid drain, flush, and replacement. Remember, presence of excessive water and overheating are critically damaging to the life of the hydraulic fluid.